People, thank you once again for joining us this evening. This is a very special day. This is just the start of another new dawn. And we are here just for one reason. We are here as a family. We are here to share excitement. We are here to share information. We are here to educate one another. We're here to feed up each other. We are here to do everything that a beautiful family comes together and does. And of course, we are the best. So much is happening in our business on passive. And of course, we just want to come together. As you see, there's a great saying back home in Africa that if you see a toad jumping out in the day, you know that there is something after it, guys. So for us to pull together these big voices and put here this evening means that there's something to write home about. So get a pen and a pencil and take down notes and make contributions in the chat section here on O Connect, or if you meet it later on YouTube, it's all yours. So this discussion has no direction. All we want is to be educated, to be informed, and to share happiness and joy. So I'll give the honor to my sister, Robin Noble, to just start saying something to us. Welcome, dear sis.
Hello, Comfort. Hello, everybody on the panel. Hello, everybody listening to us now live and also in the recording. This is wonderful to have all of these amazing founders from around the world together and to be able to share the information about our amazing company called ONPASSIVE. We're touching on the month of February, and what a month this has been. There's so much going on. There should be a lot of excitement. There should be a greater understanding that when there is silences, that we know by now that there is a lot happening. And this has been proven to us again and again, even in this month. So I hope the doubts, the fears, the concerns, the anxiety, if it has not already been put to rest, will be done with this particular webinar and recording and information that we're giving out to all of you. There is a lot of interest in ONPASSIVE, and we need to realize that first and foremost. From the activities that are being done privately through our executive team in Dubai and in Egypt and India, in other countries that we don't even know about, as well as some of the connections, some of the partnerships that are happening. Please, we need to understand something, and this is very, very important. For legal reasons, it may not always be possible for Ash or the executive members to give us details of what is going on. But we need to be aware of the fact that they are so well connected in their personal, their private lives, their professional lives, that any direction that they go in with the intent of introducing ONPASSIVE or with the intent of doing what they normally do in their natural professions, ONPASSIVE is always right there at their fingertips. So they are always introducing ONPASSIVE as the partner for their issues, their situations to join with, for the benefit of those with whom they are speaking, as well as for all of us as founders. Remember, these executives, this company is working for us. There is no way that we would be able to put a team together of this magnitude, of this intelligence, of this knowledge in a topic, let alone AI, artificial intelligence, which has taken off now and has been moving forward for the past few years, but suddenly is in every industry, in every sector of every industry. Everybody wants to have a piece of artificial intelligence connected to what they're doing. So there is no better place for us to be in than ONPASSIVE. The integrity, the truth, the quality of products that we're hearing about, the value that we're being told about. And we are seeing that to a greater or lesser degree, depending on how connected a person is staying with the information that is being given to us. So some of the things that have happened this month have been that we've had a couple of extensions. Now, for me, an extension is a positive thing. I will not panic when I see an extension happening. You know, when we heard Ash and Mohammed Kamal a couple of days ago, and they were talking about the translation pieces, when they're talking about the add-ons of the languages for the deaf community, when they're talking about instant translations, this is huge. And the fact that this can be done in real time, these are the things that the company has been talking to other outside businesses and governments about. So they want to make sure that all of this is up to the standard that they have promised and that they can deliver. It was already there, in my opinion. They're putting the finishing touches to it. They're tweaking it. And we will be getting those products ourselves. What we are on currently, what we go on with our own webinars and everything that happens at the moment, this is not the product that is being sold out there. And we need to realize that. This is a very good basic platform for us to be working with and getting familiar with. But please don't be concerned that this is the only piece that is going to be presented out there that will be for sale. So again, extensions for me are amazing. And we know that things are happening. And they may continue. And if they do, just understand that there is a very good reason for it, some of which we may know, some of which we may not know. And the company is under no legal obligation to tell us, especially if it can jeopardize the moving forward of ONPASSIVE to the world communities. Commissions. We have people who are constantly bringing this up in various platforms, various areas, privately, publicly, etc. You need to go back to the very beginning when Ash made a very beautiful statement in which he said monies would be released to all founders when all founders could receive them. So if it has not happened at the moment, again, there is a specific reason for it. And if we go back to September, we had hiccups there through outside situations and businesses that were beyond the scope of ONPASSIVE. Ash has pivoted and pulled in and connected all the dots. He knows what is going on. The system worked both in collecting the payments for OConnect, as well as even paying out for some as well. So the system works. What is being fixed now and being completed to the satisfaction of Ash and the financial departments, and also the legal departments around the world, influencing the finances that the countries will be receiving through ONPASSIVE, because many countries still don't believe that this is real, and they are concerned about money laundering. They're concerned about other funds flushing through to get to other destinations. All of this has to be vetted through our legal departments. So this does take time, and we need to be patient with this. We need to be understanding. We need to know what our company, again, is doing for us. We were also told about ICANN, which is the domain registry. We were also told about Cisco, which is an AI certification, which is incredibly valuable to the business world out there. So we need to recognize what is happening. We've also been involved in a number of conventions, and we also have the Global Police Summit coming up in March. These are huge, and through these representations, through these connections, through these partnerships, through these works that we are doing together, the value of ONPASSIVE is becoming more and more known exponentially through the different divisions and areas in which it is coming in contact with. So please be proud. I say this every time I go on live or go and talk with somebody. We need to be proud of what this company is. We may not understand it, and it really doesn't matter. I don't believe we joined this particular company to understand what was happening. So let them do what they do best. Ash is at the helm of this. He has never let us down. Let the executive teams and committees and personnel do what they do best. We have just had some of the most incredible professors and leaders, engineers, PhDs in the tech industry join us. Ash told us of his amazing childhood story, young man story, no, it wasn't childhood, and how it has now come full circle. Can you only imagine how he must have felt? You could see it in his eyes. You could see it on the screen when he was telling us this story. But how much this actually validates his dream of creating ONPASSIVE. So let's be thrilled for him. Let's be thrilled for all of us that we are part of this without having to go and do things that we're not familiar with. Learn what all of this means by all means. Be part of this, absolutely. But if you don't want to, or if it's beyond you, don't be hard on yourself, but stay positive. Read the notes in the back offices. Get onto as many live webinars if you can, because that's where you will hear the emotion of Ash. You will see what is actually happening and being said to us. And failing that, please catch the recordings. Yes, it might be a few extra minutes than you were thinking of spending on something, but pour a cup of tea or coffee, put your feet up, and learn about what this company is doing for us. It is such a privilege and such a pleasure and such a joy to be here with all of you. I thank you. I hope I've added to where you're all going to go with this, and I look forward to coming back on screen later on in case there's something else to add later. Thank you.
Definitely. Thank you. Thank you so much, Robin. I think I just liked this one. We did not join this company on passive to understand what it's all about. That's big. That was really big. I appreciate you for that. So, Red, are you in the mood to come after Robin? Are you dropping something new or picking on something interesting she said? It's all yours.
There you go. Well, is there anything else to say after Robin's been on? Fantastic, Robin. Absolutely loved what you said. And really, there is plenty to say because there is so much going on at the moment in ONPASSIVE. I'm just going to focus on a couple of areas. And the first one is body language. Why am I going to focus on body language? Because I really like to have a look at what our CEO is like when he's in front of the camera, when we see him. Now, obviously, as many of you know, there has been a couple of delays for outside influences, like Robin was saying. And, you know, he really has got the world on his shoulders at the moment. Why? Because he wants to be in a position where he can facilitate his promises to the affiliates and users of ONPASSIVE. He's taken that on board on himself to make sure that what he has promised, he is going to deliver on. Now, we saw him on ONPASSIVE 360 on Wednesday. What a change it was. It was like a weight had been lifted off his shoulders. He came on and he was like a cat on a hot tin roof. He really was jumping around all over the place. Why was he like that? Because he had big news to tell us. He was super, super excited. Not only was he excited to tell us what he had in store and what is going to be coming, he has got the vision. We are looking at only pieces of this puzzle. He's got it all laid out in front of him. And every single time he gives us another piece, we are putting that in the puzzle. He's looking at the full map. And every time he tells us just that little bit more, we get that little bit more excited alongside him as well. And on Wednesday, he certainly didn't disappoint for the delivery of what he was telling about. Robin has touched on many of them, but the one area I'm going to focus on is the collaborations and the accreditations that we have with so many companies. And why is this a big deal for ONPASSIVE? Now, we already know because Robin's told us, but we knew before anyway, that ICANN is the domain registrar throughout the whole globe. They're the one that issue licenses for companies to have their own domain names, services, and also hosting for webinars, for web design and websites, etc. We have got that, but on top of that as well, we've got other accreditations that you told about. So we've got 3 more to come that he hasn't told us about, but one was for Cisco Technologies. Now, Cisco, everybody who is slightly into anything computerized should know that name. It is a household name. They are the company that basically work behind the scenes of computers. They're the ones that make components. They're the ones that build the hardware and the software that many companies use. Now, to have the accreditation from them, is it a big deal? Yeah, it's a huge deal. It doesn't go to everybody. It goes to individuals. It goes to companies. We've also got another company as well that have come on board. We've also got the collaborations with Supercars Majlis. We got the collaborations with the main events over in Dubai as well. We've got accreditations from the North Africa and Egypt conference that was there, that we were part of that, and lots of other things as well. So why is all of these a big deal as far as ONPASSIVE is concerned? Because it gives so much weight to the company. When you are an outsider looking into this company, when they have these accreditations, when they have these partnerships, and you see that word ONPASSIVE alongside these massive hitters in the internet space, what is the natural thought process of people when they see that? They think automatically, these are trustworthy people who have got the right credentials. They've been vetted. It really does give that gives that confidence to a business when we have this type of accreditation and also partnerships with so many people. I was so excited to hear the news. It's only going to get better from here on in. I'm not going to dwell on any other areas because I want to leave it open for other people to pick on. But it's safe to say that the road ahead, as far as ONPASSIVE is concerned, it's been structured, it's been laid out, and it is only going to go in one direction, and that is upwards, upwards, upwards. Nothing is going to stop us now. Back to you, Comfort.
Wow, thank you so much, Red. Forward ever, backward never. That is ONPASSIVE. So let's go over to the USA. Jeffrey Moloch, welcome, bro.
I thank you so very, very much for that, man. Robin, I enjoyed what you said, how you said it, and the way that you laid it out, because it's really started us off. And then Red, you man, I get excited just listening to you explain this stuff. So what I'm going to say right now is nothing really like that, but what I'd like to do is kind of set the mindset for folks that are here, but mostly for folks that are listening and that fit into one of the categories, that maybe you're not fully understanding, or maybe you're a little impatient, whatever it is. We're all here, we're all in the same boat, and it's all ONPASSIVE. And I want to Robin mentioned Ash's story the other day, and that's kind of where I want to go with this, to get your imagination going. Now, if you watched Ash the other day, you saw there was a glint in his eye. There was an excitement. There was a pride when he looked back and said, I know this man. I've known this man for umpteen years. He taught me. We had conversations. We had personal relationships. And now, X amount of years later, here he is. He has become a member of the company that I'm creating with all of this around me. And I mean, he was just glowing. Think about that. Think about how he felt. Think about your position in this as all of these leaders talk this evening and bring up point like popcorn, pit, 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 pit. Think about how you're going to feel when you have created your passion in digital form and you're helping those around you, those in your community, you're changing lives in a positive way. How are you going to feel? Think about that as we go forward this evening in this webinar. Thank you. I just want to pull that out there.
Thank you, Jeffrey. Thank you so much. So let's hear from my dear friend and brother, Gusminda. I'm so very happy to have you today. I've been after you like for ages. You are here to stay. Welcome, bro. So you have the mic.
Thank you, Comfort, and for inviting me here. And I'm so thrilled that I'm part of this panel. Such a lovely faces, such a bright minds, I can say, all here. And I'm so thrilled, so pumped up, we can say. And I'll bring one or two things over here. When Ash was speaking the other day on 360, like he was so thrilled and so confident. His body language was so confident, and Robin already spoke about this, and Red also spoke about this. But that reminds me of 2018 when Ash came, and first time we heard a word, it's a done deal, right? And Red was there in 2018 also. And I was like thinking, okay, done deal. The first time we were hearing something which was full of confidence. It was September 2018, and down the line when I'm looking into like January or February of 2024, that yes, it's a done deal, because the company is doing everything possible for all of us, and the things will follow. All this hard work and all such pain and everything company is taking care of. We are just here sitting holding our position, that's it, right? And Ash was actual doing this thing. Okay, time to time he has bought so many things, so many bright minds into on passive products and so things. So that reminds me of that confidence which Ash was having the other day on 360, when his own teacher he's onboarding on passive. What a proud moment for a student like Ash, down the lane. And I was also feeling so thankful and grateful and so thrilled about Ash, actually. Like actually, Ash, if we can say, we can relate to ourselves. We also have so many dreams, in our life, and we also think of so many big things. But Ash has actually done those things, and he's living his dream. What I feel from Ash body language, and how he has designed this company. And I'm thrilled about that, because from the last 5 or 6 years which we have been seeing, we are all veterans, I think. We all are veterans of ONPASSIVE now, and we have seen this transformation of this company developing into such a beautiful and such a futuristic approach, and such a when Ash sometime comes and he says that he never thought that this thing is going to be so big. And even we also not thought about this, realistic speaking. We were not like this type of confidence. We could not even speak of that, and now we can speak so many hours together, right? And how like Ash is working minutely to so many things. If we talk about last 1 month or so, I'm witness of, because there is some people, there's a lot of times say we are writing to support, and support is not answering, or support, like this, so many people have so many questions for that. But from last I think 30-45 days, I have worked actually with support, right? And I know feel how they are actually taking everything serious, because there was when Mr. Muhammad Kamal came, and he said that, okay, the chargeback issue from Bangladesh and from India, and how it's affecting our company, and but I was still confused about how it's affecting, and our founders back in Bangladesh and India was actual how it's affecting company, and because that started somewhere in November of 2023, when these things were happening. So I was hoping, I talked to Ash. Ash said, okay, you talk to Mr. Muhammad Kamal. And then what I figured out, that company is also right, founder is also right. There is in between something, founder and company, which is not actual going in line. That's why a company says we are right. Okay, founder says I'm right. Then where is the fault, And then Muhammad Kamal figured out with the team in Dubai, with our CFO and everything. And they said, okay, man, come on, we will do a meeting. And then there was our support team and Mr. Muhammad Kamal, CFO, and everybody. We discussed there. And then I said, okay, now here is the solution. Muhammad Kamal said, you go to founders and listen to their stories first. Okay. So ultimately we listened to story of founder, we listened to support, and then they formed a group, and their problem are now getting solved, and such a, like, they are doing minutely everything for the founders. Now no other company can do such a thing. Like they say, okay, these people are like simple people, why we should waste our time so much here. But ONPASSIVE and support system, let it be Mr. Muhammad Kamal, our CFO, they are minutely doing the things, and so that each and every person, what Mr. Ash always say, we are going to uplift everybody, right? And I've seen that yeah. So every staff member, every founder, the vision of this company, that yeah, we are going to uplift. We are not nobody will be left behind when Mr. Ash say. So they are actually doing the hard work, actually doing the things. no matter, sometimes we can't see so many things. It's like a corporate company. He can't explain so many things to us. But this is the sincerity of this company. When I see all these things, that yes, everybody is equal here. Everybody is going to have his share in this. He can share this company. This is a dream for them, and company will take care of everything. You just have come here, sit here, enjoy the game. And Ash always, he actually wants this thing. Okay. So
Correct.
this was, the last month was so hectic, and for me also. And but when we are anticipating something, everybody is anticipating something. So that is also a difficult part, so many questions. So we all get, what's happening, when is wrong, why 10 days extension, why this thing, why that thing. But I feel this is a part of this game, because when Ash will say, okay, it is all 0, 0, 0, 0, then he will come and say, okay, guys, here is everything,
Right.
So yeah, so I'm so thrilled, and every time. But yeah, I'm so happy for Ash, actually. Okay, that
Yes, we all are.
he's living his dream, and I feel when the smile on Ash face, the confidence, even if we get so much, so like thrilled of that. And we love you, Ash, and definitely we are going to rock. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Goshlinda. I really appreciate you. So, guys, I'm really working hard not to ask a question, but there will still come a time when I need a question, because we are just trying to educate ourselves. There are few people here who need to learn, and this video has to go far, because ONPASSIVE needs to be understood. So earlier on, Collins, Red said, talking about the registrations, the certifications, the accreditations, the contracts with countries and companies, all of the celebration that we have, the collaborations and stuff, they seem to be a big deal from the way Red is presenting them. But many people are out there, they are like, these things that you are listing here, they do not translate into money. So why being excited about it? What would you be saying about that, Collins?
Yeah, thank you, Comfort. So certification is very big. It's a big deal for every company, especially when it comes to IT company. How do you trust a company? Especially a startup company, like we're talking about ONPASSIVE as a startup company. If you are not accredited or you are not certified, how can they trust you? Because remember, I think Red always said it, and most of the leaders here mentioned this. They always said 30% are founders, but 70% of those who will come into ONPASSIVE are people who are not coming to make any commission. They are coming to use the product, the solution that ONPASSIVE is building. And if they want to use it, say we are talking about smaller company, medium and large corporation, do you think they will just come without trusting you? You need to prove something. I've been in a situation where I saw, we didn't even know, they said, prepare the office. Top people are coming. We didn't know who are those coming to the company. But these are the people who are coming to see if they can work with the company that was working before. And when they come, they look at the wall, they look on the wall. They want to see certification. You are certified by this. You are by this. So that is confidence building instantly, because they look at it. You are certified by Microsoft. You are certified by Cisco. Cisco has been there for long, and they always give certification for companies and individuals. So it builds the confidence immediately. So it's a big deal for ONPASSIVE, because it creates. So what Cisco is doing, or when somebody walks in, he says, yes, you are working according to the standard that is acceptable globally, because very few companies can offer accreditation and certification to companies. Very few. So when you look at that, companies say, yes, we can trust you, because what you say you will deliver to us is of higher quality and higher standard that meets everything you are talking about. So it's a big deal. And I said, it's not only that, not only Cisco, because some people just misunderstand. So a lot of people just misunderstand everything. They start to feel like, oh, maybe we are partnered now with Cisco, we are working with Cisco. No, Cisco is there to give, certificates, certified companies, because you remember Cisco is one of the leading company of networking and security infrastructure. hardware and whatever you can think of, and they give all of this certificate to both individuals and companies. And you can go on and on and on. So you need all of this to put yourself to that level. And yesterday we were saying something. I said, ONPASSIVE will come. There will come a time where ONPASSIVE will be doing what? Maybe certifying other companies that are coming. 100%, it will happen. So this is a big deal. We are, ONPASSIVE is moving, a step at the right direction to get all of this certification, to make sure we are living, to the standard that is acceptable, and we need all of this stuff. Wow. So what Ray said is just great, really, really.
Thank you. I see why Gosminda says we should just go to sleep, because Ash and his team are doing everything for us. Thank you for that, Collins. So before I go back to Marty, Andy, do you have anything at all to add to what Collins has said, or some other thing that comes to mind? Oh, Andy's gone.
No, I haven't gone. It's all right. I pressed the wrong button. Cool. All of you have made some absolutely fabulous points, and it's difficult to kind of add on. But one thing that struck me over the course of the last few days is what's happening with our flagship OConnect, and the fact that the whole thing has been revamped. It will go commercial next week, and that the virtual background and the translation, the auto translation is going to be sorted. So all of a sudden you've got a product that is commercial. This is going to go into the market, and there are hundreds, if not thousands, of companies waiting in the wings to come forward and go, yes, I want this, here we go. So for me, the excitement, and I get it. I mean, Ash, when he came on the other day, looked like a kid in a candy store. He's got so much information in the background that we don't know about. But the snippets that he does give us, you go, oh, this is phenomenal. And for me, that was one of the highlights of this month. The enthusiasm with what's going on, and the fact that they have been working tirelessly in the background with regard to, in particular, OConnect, to get that out and into the commercial domain with all the bits and pieces. And no wonder it's going to go viral very quickly. So yeah, for me, that was the highlight of this month's Comfort.
All right. Thank you. Thanks so much, Andy, for that. So, Marty, I'll leave it free again for you, whether you want to make a contribution or open up a new point.
I have no idea what I'm going to say, so bear with me. No, I think one of the coolest things that I could relay to people, I don't want to try not to go over the same thing everybody said, is to know that the CEO's dream is to help us live our dream. That's pretty powerful. I don't know anybody that would do that. His dream so that we can live our dream. And as far as these companies joining us or coming to us, obviously the curtain was unveiled to them. And they saw what this is about. And that's why they're jumping in. Think about it. They're jumping in before we really got out of first gear. So it's pretty powerful. These people weren't looking for a job, okay? They weren't looking for a job. And when you get like Cisco and all these things where you get their stamp of approval. Listen, I worked for a Fortune 200 company in the world. Half our company's owned half by Europe and half by Japan. I traveled a lot of places. Big companies judge you by the company you keep. And if you have like a Cisco that their stamp of approval is there, it's massive. I remember a long time ago now, I was going to say 10 years ago, but that's a lie. A long time ago, we were being certified of ISO 9000. Didn't understand it 100%. I wasn't sure. I didn't get why we're doing it. And it was a nightmare. I mean, every dot has to be dotted, T's crossed, perfect. Everything in the, quality control, quality assurance. I mean, how clean it was. And once we did that, once we were certified at that, customers that we fought to get tripped over themselves to be part of us, just automatically, because of that certification. So when Colin says how powerful it is, and Red and Gershmender, this is why. You know, we may not understand everything that's going on, but if you understand 10% of what's going on, you should have trouble sleeping. Remember, ask me for through technology. If he was a master distributor, okay? He did very well wherever he went. People were clamoring to get Ash in their MLM because they knew if he comes, he's bringing millions and millions of dollars of sales. So what did he do? He leaves there, and after he decided that his 10, 20-year vision is going to happen in 5, he built a company that he would have built personally and scaled it to the size of what we see today. So when you wonder, well, what would Ash do? What would he do to be the marketer that he was? We're in it. We are all professional marketers as of now. You don't need to have the skills. You don't have to go out and bang your head trying to figure out how do you get traffic. Traffic's one of the hardest things to get. Traffic's coming to us now. The design of the company was if you brand and you get certifications, that equals what? It equals traffic, it equals people, it equals money. You know, a lot of people want to hear about money. If you look at the ingredients of ONPASSIVE, and that's how Ash talks, he never talks about money. He talks about value, talks about technology, he talks about support, he talks about people. If you can satisfy the people and they don't feel like there's small print or I'm going to get you later, I got you in, now I got you, none of that stuff. Once they realize that's what we are, which they're starting to see, and it's starting from the top down. You have all these PhDs coming, you have all these people, and why would they come here? Let's just use common sense. I'm talking more people that get a little shaky every 7 days they don't see Ash. Because I can hear it, you know, in emails and in lives where everybody's proud as a peacock, and about the 7th day they're jumping off bridges, and there's no reason for that. Because if you look at what he has built, he built a foundation. I even wondered myself as years were going on, why the freak are they building something so massive at the bottom? Like, why are we building this 7-foot deep concrete launching pad for what? I don't even, and now I know. Now I know a little bit, I should say. But for when you start seeing people come to us now, as said, when they come, and it's a privilege, when they come, we ask them, what can you do for us? Big difference. And remember, every time you see an announcement or Ash is hotter than a cat on a tin roof, whatever, yes, he was, you should be as happy as he is, because everything he does is reflected to us. I know people say, why are we here? Why are we there? Every time somebody clicks on ONPASSIVE.com and they say, you know what, I'm going to join, they're joining one of us. We don't know who, but they're joining one of us. Nobody comes in except to a founder. And I want people the anxiety. Look, you want anxiety? You can have my 3 grandchildren. They will give it to you plenty, like overtime. Okay? But if you're having anxiety of the company, it's just a waste of time. He asked me a question earlier and he sent me back a picture. They're in a conference room. And if you could have saw the brains on that camera, and these are all people that we forget 24/7, 7 days a week are working for us. You can't change. Listen, I've heard people say, you know, dream bigger, and they're talking to 5 people. This guy in Florida said, I want you all to dream bigger. You don't say that unless you have something big behind what you're saying. And whatever we think it is, we have no clue. We really don't know. And that's the beauty of it. We just have to wait. Something this big, if we thought was going to take a week and a half to get done, that's kind of naive, because some of the outside sources are still involved. If we were in a terrarium and we had control over everything, we wouldn't have this problem. But not everybody in the world looking from the outside, looking in, is that happy about ONPASSIVE, okay? Because it's going to shake the world. It's going to make some people maybe not so happy. It's going to make industry start thinking about people instead of just thinking about how much money can they make. Because here's the genius of ONPASSIVE. If I give people what they want and I'm the best quality in the world, we're going to have so much money we can't even think about it. It just made a lot of sense. He re-engineered everything he's doing. And some people say, well, what about competition? I don't know. I used to go in a boardroom with 20 people that were shareholders. I want you to walk in there and say, look, we're going to change the philosophy of the company and we're going to start building with heart. They would tie you up, throw you in an ambulance and take you to a room that is padded. No joke. They wouldn't even listen to you. So what he has started and where we're at, you'll read about in books to come and years to come, where companies will say, let's build it this way now. The other way was okay, but let's build it this way. So I know I didn't stay on script, but I never do. But anyway, no, this is powerful. It's a mistake to go fifth or sixth, though. Trust me, don't do it again. But thank you very much. Yeah, we're in a really good place. Really good place, yeah.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Thanks so much. So back to you now, Ron. Thank you so much for joining us. So I am very excited. You know, ONPASSIVE is an IT company, software development, and so on. So there is this police international meeting that is coming up. Why is it a big deal? Or does ONPASSIVE have something to offer in this industry, or what? Just say something, please.
Well, first of all, that is the biggest excitement I've had in ONPASSIVE since I've been in here. Okay, you've got to remember that police agencies are a very tight-knit group. Okay, they don't let the public in to them, okay, like a normal company might. And to be invited by Dubai Police to do an international world conference, okay, to be part of that should tell people that are doing all these naysay videos that if ONPASSIVE wasn't real, why would the cops want them? Okay, do you think they're going to have a bunch of people sponsoring them and putting on a summit with them if it's not legit, if it's not 100%, if the man behind the scene is not legit? It doesn't happen, folks. Cops will investigate you and you don't even know you're being investigated. Okay, I have met people that I just meet him and I get a gut feeling about it. And before the next time I talk to him, I can tell you what, I know quite a bit about that person. It's just the way cops are. And it's just an honor and a privilege. Ash should be smiling. He should have a twinkle in his eye because he has just got the biggest honor given to him that anybody in the world, I believe, could get by being the CEO of a company that's going to host one of the largest summits that you'll probably find around the world, with a bunch of stuck-up people, usually, with the attitude that I'm a cop. All right, I know what's going on. You don't have to tell me. You can't teach me anything. Okay, just the name of the game. A lot of them are like that. And it's like Marty said the other night, if there's bad cops, there's good cops. It's just like any company, okay? The problem is nowadays when you have an agency, they're not hiring the sons and daughters of retired cops anymore. Okay, they're going out to colleges and recruiting people that get a 2-year or 3-year degree in criminal justice, putting a uniform on them, putting them through training, putting a uniform and a gun on them, tell them to go be a cop. Okay, they have no idea the people that it's not a calling to them. Okay, it's a job. It's a job. It's a paycheck. It's a stepping stone to go to the feds, basically. For a lot, not all of them, my opinion, is a lot of them that get these criminal justice degrees. You got to get with a smaller agency, work your way up, just like anything else. When I got on ONPASSIVE, the lady told me, because I was not interested like everybody else at first, okay? Ron, this isn't like any other company you've ever been in. Okay. The company is going to build it for you. The company's going to do it for you. And I'm looking at her and I'm saying, yeah, right. Okay. Sure they are. But you know what? I haven't had to do anything to build this company other than share it. Okay. ONPASSIVE has built everything, and ONPASSIVE by themselves for us, just like I was told. Okay. So, you know, I've got less than $250 invested in this company. I've been in a little over 3 years. Okay. I am not worthy of a lot of things that Ash McFarr has given us. Okay. We're not entitled. And there's a sense of entitlement with a lot of people, a lot of founders, you know, that they, well, you owe me. No, doesn't owe you a dime. He's paid us. In fact, we probably still owe him if you come right down to it. Okay. Especially with all these extensions. You know, how much have we really paid after you figure all these extensions in? We probably owe the company. So are they coming to you and saying, when am I going to get paid? When am I going to get paid? When am I going to get paid? No, they're not. They just keep on building for us. And by doing that is people like the International Police Summit. Correct me if I'm wrong, Marty, but isn't that going to be traffic? Okay. It wasn't the conference in Egypt. Didn't that produce traffic? Okay. So everybody's asking, you know, well, when's he going to release traffic? When's he going to do that? He already has. He's building it for us. It's there. It's getting ready. Hang on. Be quiet. Sit back. Share your business and wait for the gate to open. That's all we've got to do. It's not costing us a penny. Okay. And the only thing that could excite me more about this International Police Convention is if I had tickets and reservations. Okay. But because I sure would like to stand beside the ONPASSIVE signs over there and saying, yeah, I'm a retired cop, but this is my business. Okay. This is my business. And guess what? They do it for me. Where else can you say that? Who else can say that? I don't believe there's anybody. I want to thank everybody. I appreciate it. I hope I kind of touched on it, but I'm so excited about this conference that I wish I had passports because I'd probably spend my own money to go over there. So thank you, Comfort. I appreciate it. And I don't know what else I can share other than people, you just need to hang in there and sit back.
Right.
Chill. Take a chill pill. Have a glass of scotch or something, you know, or a beer. Have a beer.
Right.
Sit back.
Oh my God. I think, Ron, you were just the right person to answer this question. And I'm so glad that I asked you to do that for us. Your first statement, which was actually a question, was like, oh my God, I've never thought like this. You know, if ONPASSIVE wasn't real, why would the cops want them?
And you know what else?
Says it all.
This accreditation thing that you know we're getting from all these different companies. Okay, you know, years ago, police departments were not accredited. Okay, they just started this police department, you know, and hired a bunch of guys, put badges on them, give them cars and guns, and said, go out there and be police. Okay, make your own policies up. But nowadays, if you look at every police car in the United States, it's got some kind of a sticker on it that says this department is accredited. Okay. And they have spent thousands and thousands of dollars to get that sticker because this company comes in that does this accreditation and they tear your department apart. Policies, procedures, the way you do things, the way you write things, the way they act, what department should be, what department shouldn't be. And you have to redo your whole line of thinking when they come into accredit. If you want to be accredited and be respected, okay, then you got to step up and be number one. And that's just what Ash McFarland and ONPASSIVE team has done. They've stepped up, okay, to the plate. They've hit the home run, and now the points are racking up. So just look out, because there's more to come. More to come that we can't even fathom.
Thank you, Ron. Thank you so much. So over to you, Rob, speaking to us all the way from Cameroon. No, Bob. Sorry. So unmute yourself, bro, and just say something. So much has been said. It's up to you, whatever you want to do now.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Greetings from Cameroon. I'm in a town called Kumba in Cameroon.
Cape Town.
Cape Town. Yes. I don't know if you guys noticed. At one point, I had to turn off my camera because the lights went out, so my screen was dark. So we're running on generator now. So we have a lot of work to do here. To my brother and sister here, actually Oliver, Collins, and Comfort. So we have a lot of work to do. Let me first, I want to agree with what Collins said. He made reference to a statement that we read in a forum. I think it was written by Sister Gladys Nyaboro, when she said pretty soon, ONPASSIVE is going to be the one giving these companies their accreditation or the certification. I want to agree with that and demonstrate that with the superiority of ONPASSIVE, our product OConnect. See, Cisco, which is the company that has given us this certification, has a product called WebEx, which is also their own version of OConnect. And WebEx, Cisco WebEx, has a feature which is called Cisco WebEx Translation Services. It is something like, it is a version of our own caption. I actually did a security review of this, so I'm saying this with actual current knowledge of what is going on. So I had to do the review, and what I found out is, just to demonstrate the superiority of ONPASSIVE OConnect, Cisco is using a third party integrated into their system to do this translation for them. And we know that OConnect is built from ground up. Now, from a security and a risk management perspective, and I spoke with my brother Oliver, he will attest to this. This was about 1.5 years ago. I rejected that engagement because we could not verify where our data is. We could not verify our data because it's been taken by a fourth party that we have no business dealing with. So that engagement, I did not approve it, and Oliver will attest to. So I just wanted to expand on that and expose our superiority.
Wow.
But let me focus on the actual versatility and robustness of OConnect, ONPASSIVE OConnect. Because as our founder told us, Mr. Ash told us, he's building it for bridging the gap between the big and the small for all companies. OConnect or ONPASSIVE products are for everyone, for all companies, big and small. And I call it to the peoples of the world, the peoples, everyone, including people with disabilities. And I remember very vividly, maybe a couple of years ago or less, there was a webinar where someone asked Mr. Ash a question about how about people with disability, how are they going to use OConnect. I don't know if you guys remember. And I remember Ash Mufara, he listened, he wrote something down, and he just noted, he said, we're going to take care of it. I did not know it was going to come this soon. So when he told us that these AI components, translations, caption, text to speech, have been implemented and integrated, and if you understand how all this works, they have used the awesome power of artificial intelligence to make OConnect this global, I call it a global collaboration platform. It is the best. There is no company in our business that we know that has anything close to what Mr. Ash and the team they're about to release. I'm going to just leave it right there. And it's a pleasure being here from the motherland. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, bro. Thank you. So I'll take this over to my brother, Vincent. There's one of the things that Ash said, because so far we all know that ONPASSIVE is the best that mankind has ever seen when it comes to video conferencing. However, Ash will tell you that they are still upgrading, they are still scaling up, they are still tweaking here and there. And the latest one was that they're scaling up and then they are debugging at the same time. And so yesterday, Collins, myself, and Jeffrey, we were very excited about this. So Vincent, I want to hear from your own perspective what it means when Ash says they are scaling up and they're debugging at the same time as they go. If you can, please go ahead.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Sister Comfort. So this is a very good question, and also it's good because scaling up and down for Oconet, because Oconet, let's also remind that Oconet is one of our product, our first product, and then it's also the best product so far. And then right now, Oconet, there's no company can connect to compare to our product Oconet because it was one of the best regarding the web conferences, video, everything. Oconet is the best among them. And then also when we're talking about the scalability of the Oconet, when Mr. Ash and team they're trying to use that product, the scale up, we can use a lot of people to connect to Oconet. At the same time, many companies, many conferences can go on at the same time. Like right now, we have this one. Another company can have their own one in Washington, Berlin, Paris, all over the world at the same time. So we can scale up that maximum people, but maybe right now we can have 10,000 people Spain meeting, and then following up, next time we can go to 20,000, 40,000, 50,000. That's why the company trying to do it. And then not in one web conference, could be different country and different area at the same time. So this is what the ONPASSIVE is trying to do. And then I know everything is going well. And then stable, the system also will be stable. So once we have our meeting right now, the meeting we are having, another meeting somewhere else, we don't have any interruption, everything work well, everything work fine. This is so the system is stable, no disruption. So this is what also we call it stability, because when everything goes well, we are stable, it works very well, very fine, and everywhere in the world. So unless maybe those people who have a maybe network connection, but if you have a good network connection right now, like I'm speaking, everything should be fine. Scalability, so that's how, and then also latency, we don't have a latency. So anything we say it right away, the information comes straight and then up instantly, we get everything. It's right now, like I'm speaking, is like you can see me, we are sitting face to face. So the video, everything is perfect, very well. So this is what the system they are working on, so that in terms of scalability, in terms of stability, everything will be stable, and then we have the best working. Anyway, right now is the best, and then Mr. Ash and team, they are still working on it, and then sort it out so that we get the best of the best right now. So no one can even beat us, and no one can compete with us. So this is the work that Mr. Ash and the team they are doing for us. So they are doing the best, because every time when Mr. Ash said they're going to deliver the best product for us, because not only because deliver the product, but they deliver a good product with the best quality. So this is the fight of Mr. Ash. So seeing the thing, it's not only just deliver the product. We want to have the best quality of the product in the world, with the best scalability, best product, and then with we don't have even latency on that product. So we want to get the best of the best. So when we talk about best product, we need to have everything connect to it should be good. The connection, scalability, even all the information related, the features of the OConnect should be the best of the best among all the best. So this is what I mean by doing the scalability issues.
Wow. Wow, thank you so much, Vincent. I really appreciate that. So I think the last speaker for this first session now is my brother Oliver, bro. Welcome.
Yeah, hi everybody. It's what a wonderful show today. I want to thank everybody. We are so happy and so fired up with what we got in our hands, and we should be proud of ourselves. for being in this journey, a wonderful journey, ups and downs. But like the CEO said, you cannot climb the ladder with your hands in the pocket. But me, for one, I prepare myself. When talking to OTech Pro, we always talk about that. We need about 5 to 10 or 8 to 10 years for this company to finally realize or to come into fusion. But look at where we are today. How many years? Less than that. You know, I'm talking. Let me just see a highlight about OConnect, man. Using that, we've been in the industry. We've used all the other video conferences. OConnect is the bomb. Cost effective also. We know what our CEO will do when it comes to the price. You know, seeing that we have file sharing, you know, being in the meeting, you know, we have flow chart diagram that we want to share among each other. So you have the hard copy and the soft copy. You cannot beat that. You know, being also somebody like Collins that writes scripts and all whatnot, test scripts and all whatnot. They want to share it to the upper management, the hard copy and the soft copy. That's file sharing. So OConnect is the bomb. Then come again, the prompter. I don't need to go into the meeting I always have my notepad here, my notepad all the time in the office. When I'm in meetings, writing. Now I have my this thing, prompter. I just jot my note, jot everything there like notepad, and then I can transfer it and share it also. You know, we can name it. OConnect, there's nothing in the market, nothing. We want to calculate, maybe want to calculate something, circumference, diagram, or whatever, how many centimeters, the calculator is there. We want to calculate, no matter what we want to do, then the visual background, you know. So we can name it, you know, and then come again. What really baffled me is the humanity part of ONPASSIVE. You know, we are 1.4 million founders in ONPASSIVE in more than 200 countries all over the world. Once you feel your tongue, what next? In every neighborhood, at least we'll do something. Somebody will do something, and you will see every day somebody will be doing something, a humanitarian work. Look like my brother Bob that landed in Cameroon yesterday. Look at him now. There's no electricity. We are now in the webinar. There's no electricity in Kumba, in Cameroon. We have to do something. Water project, we have to do something. Health center, we have to do something. This is the beauty of ONPASSIVE. I can't imagine some other CEO that's sitting on top of 200 billion or 170 something billion by themselves. People are around the world. They cannot afford a dollar meal a day. A dollar meal a day. Without the humanitarian part, like the CEO said, then there's no ONPASSIVE. You know? So I'm so happy and so proud to be part of this journey. Now that everything is coming to fusion, like Red and the rest, they said that the CEO was jumping on his seat and happy. You can tell that he is happy with achieved. Don't even talk about that we are certified Cisco and CompTIA. You know, being in the industry, when they want to come and audit you guys, they audit from the last bit of everything for Cisco and CompTIA to come and certify us. An icon with many others that are coming. It's like in IT also we have ITEL also, you know, SOC also certification. When they're coming in the building, we do panic. We do panic, and they accredited us, they certify us for that. ONPASSIVE is like a company that is 15 plus years in the industry. You know, we should be very, very proud. I'm so proud. I don't even know where to stand. I don't even know if I want to drink or I want to do what. To be in this journey, we should be proud of ourselves and be proud of our CEO. Somebody with heart. Somebody said when he said it's a done deal, it's a done deal. You know, he has gone through a lot. All of them, they've gone through a lot. So when I see some people complaining every day, they cannot carry one thing that Mr. Ashes has carried. From September, come right up to this moment, he has gone through a lot, and I'm so proud. And I want to say thank you. We are on fire, and the game is on.
Right, indeed, the game is on, bro. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. So I'll go back to start again from my sister Robin, guys. We what we are doing here is trying to include everybody, right? Let's just say somebody will stumble on this because someone will put this out there on the YouTube channels. And if somebody stumbles on this, maybe somebody's going somewhere looking for an opportunity that like this one, and they don't know that we have it here. So I want to borrow on this note from Warren Buffett, who says, if you cannot find a way to make money while you sleep, you are going to work until you die. So, Robin, is this something, would you use this maybe to pitch ONPASSIVE to that person who's just stopping by and then they say, let me have a listen? What would you be saying from that, please?
From my background in different businesses and different industries, successfully and with many failures, I would definitely say that this is something for anybody with a business, looking at businesses, or brick and mortar online should definitely take a look at this. They definitely will see the product content of what we have and what we will be bringing in. And I believe they will also see the value based on what I know that products and softwares can cost on a monthly basis when you do it individually to bring it all together to make what we have under the one umbrella called ONPASSIVE even attempt to make a successful business run doing it without ONPASSIVE. I think there are going to be some products that are going to draw people from different industries for specific reasons. I think the traffic is going to be, the specific targeted traffic, I think is going to be a huge draw for many industries and many individuals. And I think that we will have, as we were already showing through the people that we are discussing and hearing from, educators and businessmen and inventors and arts and crafts and all the rest of it. I think this is going to be a huge, huge plus for everybody over and above the big businesses and the big corporations, governments that are already seeing it from a much larger picture of what we have and what is possible. We've taken this whole conversation today outside and we've expanded into where it's gone, what we think of it, what we know of it from what we've been told, what we've witnessed from what we've experienced. I'd like to just for a moment also bring it back into the now, into all of us. And again, this applies to people who have never seen any of this before, but it especially, I hope, applies to those of us who are within ONPASSIVE, because most of us did not know each other before joining ONPASSIVE. I can honestly say, looking at this beautiful screen of fellow founder affiliates, I did not know any of you before I joined ONPASSIVE. But represented here, we have people from health and wellness backgrounds, we have people who are laborers, we have people who were police force, IT, travel and communicators, financials, all sorts of things. That's who is represented on the screen currently. And then crossovers as well for different pluses and interests, etc. But really, we only know each other through what we have spoken about and divulged ourselves at different lives, different webinars, where those sort of questions were asked or we were able to give that type of information. So apart from being truly blessed that I'm here with founders and founder affiliates within the whole of ONPASSIVE with such a vast knowledge and ability of trades and businesses, intelligence, knowledge bases, that in and of itself is a huge gift from my perspective. One of the really, really amazing things that I've seen through ONPASSIVE, and I experienced this, as many of you know, my background is health and wellness and travel. And through my travels, there was always an issue and a case of building trust between the customers on board the ship and where we were going, so that they would understand, they would get the maximum out of their vacations, etc. But I could speak from a point of knowledge, from having experienced and been to these places myself, having used products myself, etc., as all of you can in your respective industries. So what we are doing here is not only seen ONPASSIVE for what it is, but we have also had it explained to us, and it is now in the process of being validated to us through ONPASSIVE, through ASH, through the incredible teams and people and individuals that have come to ONPASSIVE. that we are being shown just what an amazing product and what an amazing company we have. What we're doing here today, in addition to going through what's happened this month and with our own personal experiences within ONPASSIVE, I think, is building trust between us. It's getting to know each other, again, through different perspectives of our industries and what we do. How amazing that we have Ron, the retired policeman, who's able to get so excited about the police summit. We have others on here who talk about the numbers. We have others on here who talk about the AI. This is what their field, their industries, their careers have been centered around and what they have done. And this is what they're showing us. Thereby, getting to know them, an additional facet of who these wonderful diamonds are, but also helping to validate that what has actually been sent to us by a company is what they are experiencing and work with in their own industries and with the people that they interact with. So I feel that we are building trust in these webinars as well. We are getting to know each other, and we are doing this, I believe, in truth and integrity. So I hope that these validations of comments and anecdotes that people are giving on here and in other places will always come in mind when you're talking to somebody else outside of ONPASSIVE, when you say, oh, I heard from so-and-so that they were in that industry and they said this about it. You're doing this, and I think you might find this applicable. Just before I leave you, I just want to give you a couple of illustrations in the now to help understand what ONPASSIVE really is, for those of us in particular who don't understand what it is. The size of ONPASSIVE, it's actually bigger than a glacier or an iceberg. I have been to both. Recently, I've been going through some pictures from my travels, and I actually have pictures of myself with glaciers next to icebergs. I have stood on them. I have been there. They are massive. ONPASSIVE is bigger than those. Think of a drop of water in the ocean. Those of you who live on a lake, those of you who live by the ocean, those of you who like to cruise, look out and see one drop in that ocean. ONPASSIVE is bigger than that. And the reach that we will have around the world is bigger than that drop in the ocean. And lastly, for those of us who like to spend time on the beach or who travel to deserts, etc., a grain of sand on that beach or a grain of sand in a desert. And I've been to a few deserts and I've stood there. I've seen what all of this is about. I'm talking from my experiences now in life, my perspectives as to what I believe and understand ONPASSIVE to be. In addition to that, we get a lot of comments, sometimes complaints, sometimes really mean messages, and occasionally some really nice ones with a genuine question if we don't understand the timing of all of this. Why is this not happening faster? Again, those of you who work in these fields of setting up the databases, getting the codings done, you know, understand, and have actually explained to the founder affiliates in various webinars how time-consuming all of this is. Let's bring it into day-to-day activities and understandings, I hope, which will make things a little bit easier. Springtime is coming. Plant a seed. Watch a seed grow in a garden every day. You know what's going to come, or hopefully you know it's going to develop into a plant, a flower, a fruit, or a vegetable. But there are all sorts of things that might attack that same garden. But ultimately, it's not going to happen overnight, is where I'm going with this. Those of you who've been in construction, you know what it takes to build a home if you're starting from scratch. And I've used this analogy before, to go out and purchase the land, go and get all the legal documents, get all the contracts and the agreements for the contractors, for the building permits, et cetera, et cetera. That does not happen on your timeline. It happens according to the government issuing, the party that's issuing those permits and those papers that are needed for the legal side of it. And lastly, I'm going to leave you with another, I hope, lovely illustration of this, is when you're planning a wedding or you're planning a trip. Very seldom does somebody suddenly say, okay, fine, I'm getting married now, or I'm going on a trip in 5 minutes. It takes time, it takes planning, it can take months, it can take weeks, anywhere from saving to it, to planning, to even finding the right partner or the right people to travel with. It can do all of this. It usually does not happen overnight. So please take these illustrations of what time is, of how big ONPASSIVE is, and help that to incorporate into your own daily lives, to help bring patience, to help bring understanding, and realize that everything that Ash and our executive teams and our incredible professors, engineers are going through is probably 100,000 million times bigger than all of this. Again, what an amazing afternoon this has been. Comfort, what you've done, panel, is such a pleasure and a privilege to be with all of you. Thank you, everybody.
Sure, thank you. Thanks so much. So I'll just like you, Marty, to follow up on this. Why I've asked this question is because people need to know, you know, some people have come, maybe who are here in ONPASSIVE, they have done other stuff elsewhere and they were done otherwise. And sometimes they think that the same thing is happening here in ONPASSIVE, because you will hear people say, I am going to wait until I see people start making money before I activate my account or before I get my cousin join. So I just want to ask, who is getting traffic? Is it you and myself as early bird founder affiliates? Is it the people who came immediately after us or people who come before that? Just to the best of your knowledge, Marty.
Well, I mean, thank you for asking me to come in after Robin. No, but, you know, Ash has looked at all of that. I mean, he's even said that he wants to maybe run traffic to the people that are at the bottom first and from the top down and from the middle, because he wants everyone to win. And traffic is coming in every day. Every day traffic's coming in. They've been building and marketing this company for back from the Burj Khalifa back in Boston 2 years ago. So the traffic is coming. Now, I want people to think about something. We know right now that there's a bottleneck of trying to pay commission and receive money and pay commission. I don't think receiving was the problem, but paying commission. What sense would it make to put the pedal to the floor for traffic if you still have this bottleneck? I believe the company isn't even trying yet. And we're getting traffic every day. What good would it be to bring out another product? They're ready. They've got some right in a row ready to come out. So when they get this issue, whether it's a bridge until we get the main thing, it has to be the Golden Gate Bridge. What good is it to pay $37 million in bonuses and commissions if in 4 weeks it's 80 million? It's not going to go down. If we're thinking at all, this is the beginning. So nobody wants that to kick into place more than Ash Mufara. So I know people think, well, I'm going to wait. Well, here's the problem with that. He built you the car. It's got 1,000 horsepower. It will go as fast as you want to go. The track is being built, and you're given the keys, and you're going to say, I don't know if I'm going to start the engine. For me, I don't get it. For me, I don't understand why you would wait. Now, some people might wait, and that's okay. And then they say, well, if I don't buy it now, I don't want to connect. I want something else. Okay. But don't be upset when you hear cars zooming by the first lap or the second lap or the third lap. The race starts, you go when it starts. Yes, there's people that built, there's some that didn't build. But the main thing is, when we hit that checkered flag, we all hit it. We all get the checkered flag. It doesn't matter when or who's faster or who's slower. That's the beauty of the company, that we all are going to win. If you were handed a McDonald's and you're given the land, you got all the burgers and fries and everything's there, and they hand you the key, I don't know if I'm going to unlock that door. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's not a lot to ask. Nothing ever happened at ONPASSIVE that we didn't know was coming. You're going to pay 2 times out of pocket. Why didn't we pay the 3rd time? That's why we have an extension, because he doesn't want us to. He wants to make sure everything's okay for him. Now, the main goal of the company is we don't pay out of pocket ever again after the 2nd time. So If they can do 99%, 99.9%, and you can't do 1/10 of 1%, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not kidding. I don't know what I could possibly or anybody could say. But I do know this. Anybody watching this, you had asked earlier, Comfort, people will watch this months to come, a year to come, whatever. For anybody watching this, if you're in the industry of making money online or the fantasy of making money online, numbers don't lie. Are you one of the 1.5% that wins? Or would you rather be in a company that 100% wins? You can ask yourself that question. But to get to the 1.5% takes a lot more work than turning the key on. It takes a lot more work than starting the engine of a car that was built for you on a track that was built to go fast. So think about that. Because if you've been online more than a month, you already know you don't know what you need to know instantly. Yes, they can fool you and tell you, follow me and I'll make you free 90 days and you will be with me. They do these little song and dances. But the fact is, it's a lie. I was in that lie for 15 years. I found myself getting involved in the lie and I hated it. And I said, I'm not going to do this. Could I build a team? Yes, I have built thousands of people in many different teams. But it all came down to the main thing. Can everybody win? Does other people get a fastball and I get a slow pitch? Are the bases shorted together on my team? No. And on passive, you have a telephone pole for a baseball bat and you have a beach ball to hit. You're going to hit it every time. You're going to hit a grand slam. It was designed that way. So I would say to anybody, now, if you want to wait, I probably can't help you because I really don't know what I could possibly say. I would hope you wouldn't, because I want nothing more than to see people win and take one stress out of your life called money, and that gives you choices. But for anybody watching on the outside, if you're sick and tired of jumping from one to the other, and they all give you promises, some of them might even mean what they say, but it's a lie. What is the chance, numbers-wise, numbers don't lie, that you're going to be one of the 1.5% that win? It's pretty low. It's pretty low statistics. Jaden, gotta be quiet for 1 second. So when people look at that part of it and they realize they're in an industry of losing, they're looking for ONPASSIVE. I've been looking for ONPASSIVE for 20 years. I didn't know it, but every time I did learn something, even in this old brain, I realized there's something else I didn't know. And then when I did know enough, it was horrible feeling, because now I realize it is rigged. What kind of sense does it make to run a company that 1 or 2% of the people drive all the traffic? If you wrote that down on paper, it doesn't make sense. But how about running a company that 100% drive the company and 100% share the wealth? It's crazy, crazy good.
Right.
So that's all I have to say.
Sure. Thank you, Marty. Thank you. Yes, I've heard so many things that make it so reassuring. So guys, whoever is watching, make sure you take this message back to your people, your families. Everybody needs to know this. So let's look quickly at uplifting humanity, which is the heart of ONPASSIVE, as many people call this, Jeffrey. So I think almost all of you here have emphasized on the fact that it's all done for us. We have hands free. We are going to be able to sleep while we make money. So what shall we be doing with time? And we know that uplifting humanity lies deep down in Ash's heart. So I just want you to comment on this and let's see where it takes us to. Jeffrey.
Wow, that's an excellent topic to bring up, since it drives through and is fundamental to everything that we're actually doing within ONPASSIVE. And it obviously started back in the day with Ash. I've been thinking about, everybody's talking about all these things today, and it's like, man, it's just bringing up our journey, our past, everything that we put together and everything that we've been thinking about. And obviously right underneath every bit of that the company was built on connectedness and mutual benefit. And I didn't really have anything that stood out, you know, like Andy or Marty or Red or some of those folks that this stood out or this stood out. But it did take me back, and I thought, wow, you know what really does stand out? Where we've come from where we've been on the way to where we're going. And it all started back there with Mr. Mufara back in 2018 when he first came out with the vision and said, you know, we're going to base a company on connectedness. And from that connectedness and that mutual benefit, we turned into heart and then AI with heart. And it was written into the corporate philosophy, right? So that the AI with heart was just taking the technology and the human heart and putting those together. And that undergirds everything. And I thought about that. And I thought about everything going forward from there. How many of you guys were here and remember our first, Marty, you talked about the marketing from a couple of years ago. Remember the soccer games, the World Cup that we were part of? Think about where we have come since then. I mean, Ron, you talked about the police summit that's coming up in March, but you know what? We've got strategic partnerships, right? At least a dozen of them between the World Cups and the police summit that's coming up. And the key in there is partnership. It's about connectivity. It's about working with others and collaborating with others. And that is part of the underlying fundamental of heart, doing what's right because it's right. Same thing with these high-powered accreditation with ICANN, right? Followed through with the accreditations of Cisco and CompTIA, and they got 3 more on the way, right? I mean, those and all these other things that I'll guarantee if we opened this platform up for each and every one of us to say, tell me something that you heard about 2 years ago that we've been able to track the progress on for the last 3 or 2 years, every one of you would come up with, like Robin was saying, something probably that's in your field or important to you because that's your wheelhouse. Mine happens to be look at what is going on with us and where we're going with this and how heart is really underneath every bit of it. You know, I mean, all of the point is here. Giving technology like Mr. Mufara has done, the role and also the heart portion of it, the role of catalyst and as a driver, the world at large is going to be looking to put general welfare of members of society first and work also toward building a super intelligent society technology ecosystem that places the human at its center. And you know what? That's coming. Part of the world is already doing that. Nobody's really talking about it, but guess who was there first and who is there now? ONPASSIVE is. ONPASSIVE is here now, right? I mean, there's harmony in what we're doing, and what we're doing is harmony with the world. It's global, and the power of the technology and the human heart, right? That AI with heart, that's ONPASSIVE, and we're already there. So doing what's right because it's right is fundamental to human nature, and Mr. Mufara said it more than once. When we have ourselves taken care of, which he has promised, hey, he's guaranteeing success for us. Marty talked about, I love to hear that man talk. When he talked about marketing, that is his bailiwick. Man, he lives it. He breathes it, right? And he said, guess what? When we do the marketing, and they haven't started yet, right? But when they do, and we get our success, we're taking care of us first. And human nature says, when I'm taken care of and my family's okay and those that I care about are okay, I'm automatically going to go out and I'm going to look for somebody to help. I'm going to do all sorts of good things because now I'm not weighed down with worrying about my family. Now I'm lifted and I'm free. And Marty, you talked about that too. You talked about time, or you talked about money, you know, bringing money in. But not only is it giving, go back to cat mode, not only are you bringing the money in, but you're giving back time so that we've got time to spend that money and to do what we want to do with it. And you're right. Everybody in ONPASSIVE is going to win. And you don't have to sweat the load. You don't have to worry what game is this or how is it rigged or fixed, because it simply isn't there. ONPASSIVE has got AI with heart, has got heart in it through every one of us, not only through the charter members, but even new members coming in that have grabbed hold of the vision. If you look at the vision statement on Passive has got, I mean, the bottom line says it was designed to be a sustainable global, what's the term they use? When the government gives you a whole bunch of money, I can't remember. Sorry about that. But I'm just saying it's written into the charter that we do what's right because it's right. So life is good for us. All you have to do is get in. All you have to do is give it a shot and watch. And if you're one of those cynics or you're a critic or you're just not really sure, like Marty was saying, if you're sitting on the fence, then look at the history, the short history that we've got, and look at all of the things that have happened and all of the progress, and step by step by step. Like Robin was saying earlier, you could very easily look at that and you could forecast where we're going to be in a year. Okay. Wow. And that's hard. That's hard. And that's what we're built on. And I'm hoping I didn't go too far off topic.
Thank you. Thank you, Jeffrey. I know with ONPASSIVE you can go places. It's very okay. So Andy, I know that there's something that is of interest to you when you think about ONPASSIVE, uplifting humanity. You think about technology that can change lives and stuff. You know, we just want to reach out to many. I think a few people are watching us here. Could you go back on that again, just to feed more people, please?
What excites me, let's face it, we all got in because we saw this vision and we saw the potential for us to earn good money, and for us to be able to create financial freedom for ourselves and our family. That's why we got in. But as time's gone on, we've realized that this has morphed into an opportunity that not only creates a legacy for others, but also gives us the opportunity, as Jeffrey said, to lift humanity. Now, one of the things that really interests me is that we have all of these potential new technologies. Some of the inventors are frightened to bring these forward because of government suppression or whatever the case may be, from big tech, trying to close them down before they've even started. So when you've got a unicorn company behind you and you've got millions of affiliates potentially adding $1 a time, $1 a month to new opportunities where inventors can have the safety and security and knowledge that they're part of this huge undertaking, but be given the money from millions of people that see, look, this is for us, this is for everybody concerned. Yes, I'm happy to help. And as I said, we all got in it for the money originally, but now we see that once we have the money, what are you going to do with it? You can't spend everything. What you can do is you can help others. So if we've got this opportunity, it gives us the next level. Now, it's not just new technologies. It's those that are in need. I know, like Red and Peter, close to my heart in the UK in particular, are things like the veterans, because these guys leave the forces and oftentimes they're left on the street, because it's almost impossible to buy a property in the UK without a sizable deposit, etc. So when you've got an opportunity to be able to help groups like this, it becomes a world changer. Now, that spread out into every country around the globe, given that opportunity to be able to do that. So those in the States deal with those in the States, those in the UK deal with those in India, and so on. You are lifting the entire populace to a different level, and giving them the opportunity to fish at the same time. Because if you think about this, there are currently near on 6 billion people that utilize the internet today, and that within the next couple of years is likely to be 7, and so on. It just grows by about 200 million every year, something ridiculous like that. So if you've got 7 or 6 billion potential customers today, and we are what, 3 million right now, and we've got products that are second to none, where is this going to be in the next year? Where are we going to be in the next year? What happens if we've got 1 billion customers by the end of this first year? You know, yes, Jeffrey, absolutely. The thing is, you've got a product with OConnect that is far superior to anything else on the market today. It's at a far lower price point, but it is total and utter value for money. We're on one now, and this is crystal clear. I can see everybody crystal clear. It may not be the best thing, but at the end of the day, we can see everybody. It's perfect, and there are lots and lots of additional features, etc. So when this commercial hits the market, it's just going to go like a mushroom cloud. So we could well have 1 billion customers by the end of the year, but we're certainly likely to have more than 100 million. And if we're in the top 3 million, we're in the top 3%. Where does that put us, and what does that give us the opportunity to do at the end of this first year? Thanks, Comfort.
Wow, that was powerful, Andy. Thank you so much. So, Gospinda, I think I'll take this over to you. You know, because I've realized from the years that we've been together, you are a very cherished person, both in your community, from the people back home in India, and where you are. And the idea here, the raison d'etre for ONPASSIVE, according to me, is uplifting humanity, giving back to your community. So what is your idea of giving back to your community, be it the immediate community back in Canada or back home in India? What do you have in mind? This helps many other people to like, I never thought of this, but this I can do.
Yes, Comfort. This reminds me of a few things, actually. First of all, when we came here in ONPASSIVE, you know, our mindset has completely changed for a lot of things, I think. We were giver in the sense of whatever we have earlier, before 2018, and we thought of something else, like how to give, and we were not clear in our thoughts, right? And down the line, when we are here in ONPASSIVE and learning so many things from Ash, and when Ash once he was talking to me that how he's distributing some money when there is some Indian festival in our office, you know, to the maids, and so how they are happy, they're crying when they are getting free money, right, from Ash. Like, it's like giving, like we can say, his nature. So that reminds me of that like Ash is not having any connection with India or that community, you know, and still he's so passionate of giving the things to people. And how come like this, when he talk about that, he was talking to me one day of Mumbai and a lot of Indian cities where a lot of urbanization, a lot of big buildings, and on to other hand, when we see there are slum areas and all those things, how this difference is there. And Ash always come up with that, Gusman, that we are going to make this everything out, and everything should be like equal for everyone, and ONPASSIVE is here. So like when I thought of myself that by the grace of God, you know, in these 5 years we have grown, like we have worked in India, and even here also in Canada also, and looking at people, looking their needs, and what actually they are deprived of so many things, and when talking with our like-minded founders, you know, and getting that vision from Ash. So now I think that we can lift everybody, not even in my webinars when I talk to our founders in India, that we don't have to go beyond our door, just open the door. There are so many things, we can do that. We don't have to go for whole of the India or whole of the community. Just open your door, look around. There are so many things which we can do. We can help people around, because now we have a platform called ONPASSIVE, and through which the vision, I think, which we can transform from ourselves to other people. And if like we 1.4 million founders around the world, even if we pick one person, that is double, okay, all around the world. And what happen if we pick 5? What happen if we pick 10? So altogether we are uplifting humanity. The only reason being because now we have a platform, and once we have a platform, and when we are connected with each other, I think we can do wonders here. And when Mr. Ash is giving us a vision to do that things, when he says, okay, you don't have to do anything, I'm doing everything, now you go out, okay, it's your real responsibility. So being a
Exactly.
responsible founding member, I think sky is the limit for us. And I have my certain goals, like once it gets started with the big community around me, and a big visionary people around me. And I'm always thinking the way I think I should have think to uplift this humanity, the deprived people. And for me, I think ONPASSIVE is such a transformation, for me itself. And that's why I'm so much passionate about this project. Every time, let it be. It's not our duty to do the things behind what ONPASSIVE needs. Our duty is what we are seeing, actually.
Exactly.
Okay? Because of this platform, now our vision has gone beyond our imagination, I think, and we are thinking of that thing, and that is going to uplift everything. I think we all are doing the same thing, I think. So this platform is a very powerful platform. No matter what's happening, just come here. My request to everyone, whoever is listening us, that forget about what ONPASSIVE is doing. This is the platform. Everybody, every human being needs this platform, because something is happening for the humanity ultimately. Because technology is one thing, but humanity is another thing, which ONPASSIVE is definitely going to uplift. Yeah,
Wow.
so I'm loving this. Yeah.
Wow, that's powerful, Gosminda. Thank you so much. Thank you. The fun is that is how all of us are going to be involved in doing it everywhere, like Andy said earlier on. So it's quite fun and it's so exciting. Thank you. So Collins, I've heard you equally say, because earlier on I think Oliver said that OnPassive has solutions for everybody, including big companies as well as medium-sized and small companies. And according to you, Collins, this also means uplifting humanity. So can you throw more light to that?
So, Colin, sorry, if, because I have some dentist appointment right now after 15-20 minutes. So I have to go, right? But I was loving this webinar. I'll be listening on my phone. And I love this conversation. And thank you, Comfort, for creating this webinar. And I would love every time to come here and listen all those wonderful things from all of you.
All right. Thank you so much for coming, Gosmin.
Yeah, thank you. I'll be listening to you on phone, definitely.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay, over to you, Collins.
Yes, just thanks, Andy. Grossmender said it. And, as I've mentioned a lot of things, and if we look at the concept, because I always go back to the concept of ONPASSIVE. Why Mr. Ajufara talked about the concept, he said it's about, paying less, doing less, ending more with the ability to do what? To impact humanity. So he said, if you take away the humanitarian part of ONPASSIVE, he will be less motivated. He will not even want to do ONPASSIVE anymore because he doesn't even need the money. So he built this because he wants to impact life. He said, I cannot change the whole world, but I can change someone's world. That's what Mr. Akufara said. He said, I want to leave this world in a better place than the way I came into it. And I always go far to say, at the end of the day, when we were born on this planet Earth, we will leave a footprint. The footprint can be bad or can be good, but whichever way you go, I just want to leave a good footprint. And Ms. Ashford is giving me that platform now to do what? To leave a good footprint, you know. And if you look at it, we dive a little bit of the concept. He said, earn more. How do you earn more? Because that's what was wondering. You know, I said, come, what are you really doing that I will earn more? He said, I will do less, pay less, but I will earn more. And when you look at it, you cannot even give what you don't have. How do you impact somebody's life if you don't even have the means to impact someone's life? So it means there is a mechanism within ONPASSIVE that will give you that time and financial freedom. Because to give you time freedom and financial freedom means he is telling you, I want to give you that time to go and impact someone's life. When you are working full-time in UK, maybe the whole world, how many days holiday do you have? It's just 25 days a year. So it means you will never do anything. That 25 days is not even enough, you know, including bank holidays, not enough for the whole year. 365 days, you have only 25 days. And if you use it a month, it means you don't have any days left. But Ms. I said, I will give you a platform, free you. Not only the time, but put so much money in your pocket. Because for you to impact someone's life, it means you have already filled your time. You must look after yourself before you be able to look after someone's life. A hungry man cannot feed a hungry man. Only someone well can feed someone. So look at it. This is the platform. They give you that platform. And when you look at the concept, it goes with the 5 pillars. You know, the replication of ONPASSIVE for you to have a business. So you can earn what? Commissions. If your aim was to make money from ONPASSIVE. But if your idea is just to use the solution, it means you will still impact somebody's life through your own business. Because Red always said this in 70% of those who come into ONPASSIVE, they are not coming to make money. They are coming to look at it and say, yes, I can use these particular products and services to enhance my own business. And we are talking about this time where companies are really bleeding. They cannot even give pay raise. They are even, some of them are even closing because they cannot even survive. What will ONPASSIVE do for them? They will look at the product and say, yes, I can buy A, B, C. It means I'm getting, you know, a high quality product for an affordable price. And this money now will do what? They will save a lot of money. So ONPASSIVE is a life saving for other companies. They can save amount, and what will happen? They can give other employees better standard living. That is a triple effect that is happening within other organizations, you know, through ONPASSIVE. So ONPASSIVE is not coming to take, but again, that is the humanitarian part, because if the companies are giving, they are giving better pay raise, better working environment, time, they are saving money. What will happen? They are already impacting people's life, because they are making their employee will not be redundant. You know, they cannot say, oh, fire you, because sometimes they make people redundant because they can't do anything, because they can't even afford to pay them. Now, these families now will have something to feed their families, those who are working. ONPASSIVE is here to stay, to give that environment. And then talk about the founders having time and financial freedom to do humanity. And Mr. I said, if you take the humanitarian part of it, there is no ONPASSIVE, because he will not even want to even build ONPASSIVE anymore. And that is the beauty of ONPASSIVE, that will have that time and financial freedom. So I will leave it there.
Wow, thank you. Thanks so much. So okay, I think
are you seeing Red? Red is,
yes. Yeah, I can see Red. I'm leaving. I want Red and Ron. They'll just speak, and that will be it. So Bob is not here. So Vincent, over to you. If you have a quick thing to chip in, then so that we'll round up, please. Thank you. And Brother Oliver, yes, I was.
Oh, thank you, Sister Comfort. Yeah, I think you should give to Red and Ron to speak. Yeah, because my brother Collins and Oliver, they say all. So what I will add to add is Oconet. We know that Oconet is one of the best products ever seen in this world, IT world. So we know Oconet is going to deliver more and more. So thanks to Mr. Ash and his team, and also thanks to all these powerful leaders here tonight for the time they spend with us. So we learn a lot from them. We thank you all, and then we know we are all blessed. And so God bless ONPASSIVE. Thank you, Sister Comfort.
All right. Thank you too. Thank you. So a quick last word from you too, Brother Oliver, please.
Yeah, just want to thank everybody that is here. That we are in a very good place, and for those who have not yet joined on passive, the door is still open. You know, we have 3 free products: Omail, Onet, and Otrim. Come in, take a look. There are 3 free products. You enjoy them, and if you like it, you start making some money. So our doors are open. On passive doors are open to come in and come get a look and start making a living from it, and also try to see how you can impact somebody's life. So I want to say thank everybody that is here. Thank you, Sister Comfort.
All right, thank you. So Red, you have the mic now. Just conclude everything for us, anything you gathered from the rest of the team, and it's yours. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Comfort, and fantastic input by everybody. I'm going to finish on, for the person who's looking at this and thinking, what's it all about? How is it going to help me? We've heard about the company, we've heard about our CEO, the accreditations, and all the rest of it, but let's get down to what it's all about. How is this company going to help that person who is watching this? As you've already said, I believe that 70% or thereabouts of every single person is going to come to OnPassive just to use the products. Now, you might be thinking, well, why are they only going to come and use the products and not make money out of OnPassive? It doesn't make sense to me. That's why we're here. We're here because we want to make some money. Absolutely, we are. But don't forget, majority of people aren't interested with making any money on the side. They're happy with their jobs, they're happy with their lives, but they want things to make their lives easier. And that's the bottom line. OnPassive fits the bill. So whether you're an individual, whether you're a small business, large business, corporation, government, whatever it may be, come and have a look what we are going to have. And I'm going to run through just a few things, okay, that might tempt you a little bit just to come and have a look at OnPassive. We can have a thing called Academy. We've all heard of Open University. We've got one of those coming. Just Giving, where they take 25% off the top, by the way, with Just Giving. Not all that money goes to the person you want it or wherever you want it to go. We've got one coming. It's called Oh Bless. If you want to verify anybody, we've got Oh Virtue. That's coming. We've got Oh Shop if you've got your own commerce center. Oh Staff, HRs for people clocking in and out, and lots more. Oh Counting. Do you do your own accounts? Do your own bookkeeping or anything? Oh Chat is going to be a portal for people to be able to stay in contact, like WhatsApp. Oh Post if you've got bulk emailing. Oh Wallet, a virtual wallet online, and lots more. Oh Domain if you've got a domain name that you want, if you want it hosted, if you want to make a website, we've got Oh Create, and lots more. This is why people are going to come to OnPassive. We have a thing called an ecosystem. Why is that a big deal? Why is it a big deal? Because you sign in once and you can access all of that. You don't have to remember loads of passwords. You don't have to go from one browser to another browser just to get a bit of information. You log in once, you scroll around your own ecosystem for the things that you've bought, and you use them. That's 70% of the people are going to have that. Why? Because it makes their life easier. And that's the bottom line. Not only are these products going to be better, we've been talking about it all day. We're superior, we're cheaper, better value, more tech, more singing and dancing, everything's right. It's in one place. Just use it. Fantastic. You're going to love it. And here comes the 30%. Us lot. We're all the 30%. Why? We saw this company at the beginning. We saw an opportunity to make some money online. How many times have you lot that are watching this right now got involved with things? You think it's the absolute bee's knees. You wake up one morning, boom, it's gone. OnPassive is a simple business that anybody can make money out of. Why is it simple? You sell something, you make a commission. And on top of all that, ONPASSIVE will give you one of the best commission rates you'll see anywhere on the internet. It's safe, it's secure, it's vetted, it's got accreditations and all of that. This has been in the making, guys, for 5 years. 5 years. We haven't just opened the door and said, come on, we want all your money, and then we're going to go away. This has cost millions upon millions to produce just to get here. Do you think we're walking away tomorrow? Do you think we're going to fly off into the sunset? So if you are looking for a place that you can get the best products and services online, have a look at ONPASSIVE. If you want a company where you can make as much money as you want, come and have a look at ONPASSIVE. That's why it is worth a look. All you have to do, go to onpassive.com, click on the become a user, or contact anybody that you know is already in here. Back to you, Comfort.
Firing us at the last minute. How do we go to bed with this? Thank you so much, Red. Thank you, guys, for your patience and, and the time, and of course for all you do. Those who are watching from the comments, we appreciate you for all the encouraging words. Let's spread this out, guys. Let's just share it. Just watch out. In a couple of hours, it's going to be on YouTube, like we said earlier on. The essence of this is just to keep on encouraging ourselves, keep on learning from each other. I've learned a lot again this evening, and I learn each time I face any of you. So I hope it's happening the same to someone. So thank you, guys, and we appreciate you. See you tomorrow and see you on Sunday. Bye, guys. Thank you so much.